Okay, welcome everybody to Kaplan's ACCA exam series. Now, everybody's been asking me, everybody's been talking to me about SBL. Marty, can you tell me more about SBL? I'm worried about SBL. The first thing I will say to you is don't be worried about SBL at all. And this video, I'm going to tell you 5 reasons why SBL might be easier than P1 and P3 examination. Now the first thing, number 1, is technical content. When you do P3 and P1, there's quite a lot of technical content. There's quite a lot of models to use in the exam. Porter's 5 forces, all the different models like value chain. In the exam, for SBL, the technical content has been reduced. The technical content has been reduced. In your exam, in your SBL exam, you will not be mentioning any models at all. I'll say that again. In your exam, you will not be mentioning any models in the exam. You'll not say, using Porter's 5 forces. That is not in the exam. So the actual technical content in terms of using and applying models has been reduced in the exam. In addition, you will never get asked a question which says, use this specific model. They will never say that in the SBL exam. It's up to you to choose your approach and how you answer the question. So for a lot of people who are concerned about using models and having a lot of models to learn, the models has been depowered in the SBL examination. Now in the exam you might use it as a framework, but you will not be asked a specific question on use this model in the SBL exam. So that may help some people. Second of all, reading time. A lot of people have been saying, oh Marty, I'm worried about this exam. It's not as bad as you think. Now in the last P3 exam, I went through, I counted every word in the last P3 exam. There were 4,190 words in that examination. 4,190 words. Now, you only have in P3 15 minutes reading time roughly allocated to read those words in the P3 exam. That was traditionally allocated as reading time in the P3 exam. Now in the SBL exam, I counted from the specimen paper, there are 5,179 words. Okay, it's quite a lot. There's only 1,000 more words than in the old P3 exam. Now here is the bonus. You've got 1,000 more words to read, but in the SBL exam, you have 1 hour of reading time to read those words. So you've got more words to read. Okay, it's a bit longer. The words are a bit longer, not more words in the exam, but you've got much more time. Now that's 2 things. 1, you've got much more reading time. So if you're a slow reader, you will not be penalised in the SBL exam like you might have been in the old P3 and P1 exam. And also it will give you more time for the magic things you need in SBL, which is planning and preparation for the exam. So 4 hours, you've got 1 extra hour, 1 hour, 45 extra minutes to read and plan for the extra 1,000 words. So when people say, oh, it's a long paper, it's so many pages, it's not that much longer than an old P3 examination. So don't worry so much about the number of words in the exam. Now, in the P3 exam or P1 exam, your work experience, if you've got a job, it was of minimal help in that exam. This is not the case in the SBL examination. In the SBL exam, the exam is meant to be more practical. You're supposed to use your work experience. So if you have work experience, definitely you might find the SBL exam easier and less challenging because that work experience can actively help you in the SBL examination. For example, you may be asked to produce a report, similar to what you might do in your real job. So if you're doing that in your job already, that will definitely help you in the SBL exam. Any work experience you have will be a benefit to you when writing your SBL paper because it's supposed to be more professional, it's supposed to be more practical, how you work in a real life situation. Now, the other thing we've got, the big difference is in terms of professional marks. Now, I always say to my students doing P3, for professional marks, they're the easiest marks to get on the paper. Now you've got 20 professional marks. So if you have a good understanding of what it takes to get those professional marks, then it will be a big benefit for you in SBL. If you've got a good tutor who can take you line by line, this is how they allocate professional marks. If you've got a good tutor who will teach you how to craft your answer to suit the audience that you're writing to. If you have a good tutor who will explain correctly the professional mark formats and understand how marks are allocated, this is a way for you to get marks. So for the 20 professional marks, they are not for the content of the paper, they are for how you write the exam, the structure, the flow, and the tone of your report. So I think if you're good at writing reports, if you have got a good tutor who can explain, you've got 20 marks there which can be obtained by you for writing professionally rather than the content of what you write. So that's a big opportunity for some people to pick up marks in the exam if they've got a good tutor who understands where those professional marks have been allocated. Finally, the ethics module, step 5, the ethics module, which you all have to do as an ACCA student. Before, it was not really a massive help for you in your P3 exam. Might help a bit, but if you've done the ethics module, it will actively help you in your SBL exam. The ACCA have said you should do the ethics module before your SBL examination. So, ethics module, if you haven't done it, wait till just before you do the SBL exam and do your ethics module. It will actively help you to get a better mark in the SBL examination. Well, they're the 5 reasons why I think the SBL might be easier for some students than the P1 and P3 examination. We're running courses for SBL here at Kaplan. If you want more information about the SBL courses, look at the Kaplan website and look at the Kaplan Facebook page, or contact me on Facebook on my Facebook page at Marty Windle Lecturer. So thank you very much. Look out for the next video coming soon.